Yeah, welcome everyone to the Friday night live stream. We do this twice a week, Mondays and Friday nights, where we talk about model aircraft, design, building, or just plain BS. Um, I hope you enjoy the show. Let me move this up and point this down a little bit more. I'm looking into it instead of away from it. Gotcha. Damn that. All right. Make sure when you're watching these to like, subscribe, and share these things. I think we're coming up close to 5,000 subscribers now, and we have quite a few members. And if you're a paid member, you get to watch the exclusive Bob Hunt Stunt Flyer Video Magazine series. Let me see where we are here. This last month we've grown quite a bit, actually. Haven't brought in any money, but we're getting subscribers 4839. So we're 151. No, let's see, 161 away from the 5,000 mark. Looks like Danny was at Frozen Boulder today. Let's see. We got a live stream from the Frozen Boulder. And I'm going to turn that on anyway. Next. And you talk about good ice cream. That's the best in the country. Let's see. It was only 5 minutes long. Let me see if I can present that. Just watch that. And we'll open this in a new window. Okay. I'll stop that there. And I'll set this to share. And we'll watch that together. And let's see, share the Frozen Boulder. Share. And we'll turn it on. And make it big. See how we doing there. I can't tell what we're doing here. Looks like there we are. We're coming up on it. I don't think I can get the audio on there. Can you guys hear me okay? Let's stop sharing. Hey, there's Gary Sinclair. Hey, Gary, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Need to stop sharing that. Okay. Danny went to the Frozen Boulder today, so he was in Muncie today for the carrier, or not carrier, the pattern RC pattern event. He asked if he could stream that, and I said, yeah, sure. So I guess he just streamed the Frozen Boulder
Uh-huh.
to tease me because I can't be there for the ice cream.
Is that probably
Yeah.
being ornery, right?
Yep. Here comes Carl.
Hey, hello everybody.
Hello.
Well, I wonder what kind of crew we'll have tonight.
Yeah.
Never know.
Hey, I got a question for you, both of you. What's the difference of a Nobler kit and the green box that comes in
What?
the green box? The
What?
Nobler,
Yeah. Well,
the one, the kit that's in the green box.
that's a top flight Nobler. No, wait a minute. Who did that? Who did the green box Nobler? I don't think there's any numbers difference. I think there's a wide range of difference in the wood selection because the wood in the
Yeah.
green box was terrible.
Okay. All right. And then what about the Gretzky kit, Nobler?
The Gieske kit has a slightly thicker airfoil, and the turtle decks are molded. It's a better a
A
better
better kit?
yeah.
Okay.
If you can get one, that I think they fly very similar, but they build differently.
Yeah. Okay. Because every now and then I go on eBay and search the web, and I came across two of those kits, and one was in the green box and one was a Geske. So,
What they want for the green box?
oh, I'm not sure.
I just watched a video on a guy ragging on Harley Davidson, and
Oh,
and he feels the exact way that I feel about Harley and model airplanes.
yeah. How's that?
They're pricing themselves out of business. Nobody can
Yeah,
afford this stuff.
yeah,
Everybody just needs to say, no, I'm not buying this crap. And what happens when the supply goes up? The price comes down. $50 for a gallon of fuel? Give me a break.
Well, yeah, but that's not. I don't think you can blame all that on the manufacturer or who's ever selling the fuel. You gotta blame part of that on our stupid federal and local governments, right?
Yeah.
Because somebody got the bright idea to charge hazmat fees and outlaw some of the chemicals that some states, like California, they don't allow certain chemicals to be used in the state, so they have to go outside the state to get it or have
Do you
it
know
processed.
do you know why nitro is so expensive? We don't have any nitro plants in this country. The EPA has forced them out of business.
Well, where do the NHRA and the hot rodders get their nitro from?
Got to be China. It's got to be.
Or they make their own, maybe, huh?
You can't make nitro. I mean, not unless you're some type of chemical manufacturing company.
Well, that's true.
I mean, I'm sure a chemist with high tech stuff could do it, but man, that'd be so dangerous to make that stuff.
Yeah, and be breaking the law at the same time, right?
Oh yeah, we got too many damn laws as is.
Well, that's what I mean. So, what do you think, Gary?
I think same thing. Just it's
Yeah,
way way too much and too many laws.
yeah.
Too many regulations, and,
Regulations. Yeah.
and it's all made by people that don't know nothing. They got, they put all this safety switches on saws and this, that, and the other. Now, saw stop would be nice. You put your finger in it, $150 for the cartridge is a whole lot cheaper than a $15,000 trip to put your finger back on. But if if you're paying attention and you're aware of what's going on, I hate all these child-proof bottle tops. And hey, like my dad said, survival of the fittest. If you take them pills or drink that gasoline, well, you're just out of luck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree.
Mm.
Well, unfortunate that the old saying goes, you can't fix stupid, and then government has to interfere. And okay, this is going to be the law for everybody, regardless of what you think. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got any comments, Gary? I can't see the chat.
Well, let's see. Yeah, Steve Barry says hi.
Hey, Steve Berry.
I don't think it had audio. Mhm.
No, the
Can
video.
hear you just fine. Okay. Oh, Steve Barry got $20 super stat there. Super chat.
Thank you very much, Steve. We appreciate it. You're the 5th one for the month.
Yeah, Green Box's Top Flight. That's by Mulder 43.
Yeah.
Lisa Rice says kits have gone sky high. That's it.
yeah.
Yeah, it is top flight
Yeah.
because it
Yeah.
had the oval top flight up in the black. It had a black oval on the label, top flight. Shit, that's only been 50 years ago. How can I remember that?
Yeah.
You're not taking the pills and not drinking that gasoline.
Yeah. When my dad had a hobby shop, these guys would come in and buy Revell glue and go in
Oh,
to get a baggie and puff the glue
yeah.
and glue their last brain cell together.
Yeah.
And so the Revell glue went away, and we ended up with Red Label's testers. That stuff was useless. You couldn't glue a pilot together with that tester's crap. So,
Well, remember the old Ambroid glue? They were doing the same thing back in the 60s, right?
well, I had a tube of embroider. I probably threw it out. It probably hardened up. I like the smell of it, but I'm not going to huff it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Why waste it? I mean, yeah, we bought it for our models.
Yeah,
That's what I think. I didn't want to waste mine.
I really like the smell of Aerogloss and baby powder, and it really smells good when you sand it.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, that's just like smelling the old Torco oil that we use on our two-stroke dirt bikes. You
Blends
notice.
oil, blends
Yeah.
all. That castor bean honey smell. I used to run that blends all in my go-kart. Smelled great.
Yeah. Was your go-kart two-stroke or four-stroke?
2-stroke.
Yeah.
Had McCulloughs on it.
Oh, yeah.
2 Mac 101Bs.
Yeah. Well, speaking of McCullough, do you know why they went out of business?
Nope, have no clue. What video is this that he's...
Yes, he's using a Dorilla pillow. How can you tell? Have you heard about Dorilla Ergo? It's the cutting-edge ergonomic pillow that people...
Oh, my high roller. Guy said beautiful airplane. The high roller's been long gone. I traded that for the roof on my house.
So you must have crashed it then, huh?
No,
No?
let's see. Oh no, it was at the SV100. I built so many damned airplanes. What did I do with that high roller? I know. I gave it to the guy who bought my P-47. or the Continental. I don't know. It's one of them. I had a big Continental. I had a P-47. I've had so many airplanes, I can't remember what's going on.
Yeah.
I've been sitting here thinking, I've been doctoring up on the paint on this one to get it ready to finish the season out. And I built that wing. I'm not real thrilled with that. That's a Randy Smith airplane. I'm thinking, well, I'll start another one of these. I don't know. I got so many projects going in here. The place is a mess. Steve was supposed to come over today, but I don't know. I just didn't feel up to it. He'll come over tomorrow and help me straighten up some, and I'll build him a new rudder for his Crossfire. As long as he takes it home with him.
Why, what happened then?
When he was
Stop upside down?
No, when he was painting it, I told him, especially we built it exactly the way the plans were, and all the grain was running in one direction. I build my rudders kind of different. They're like that with a triangle and an extra, so they can't warp. And then you cut the top off and you put the grain going this way. A lot of joints in one of my rudders, it won't warp. And I said, you got to be real careful when you're putting the dope on this. And he put too much dope on one side, and it warped so that it has in thrust. It's
Oh.
so can't do anything up high. So they taped a piece of cardboard on it as a trim tab, and he could fly it. Well, I said, well, we got one or two choices. We can saw down the rudder and take that cardboard off and kick it out, or we can cut it off and put a whole new rudder on it. I don't know. I have to think about it when he comes over tomorrow. I'm thinking probably we're just going to cut it and tweak it so that he can fly it for the rest of the season and not worry about it until wintertime when I can chop it off, block sand it level, put a new rudder on it, put new fillets on it, and paint it. That is the nice thing about dope. Easy to repair.
Have you ever heard of a kit called a Tom Tom?
Oh yeah.
How's that kit?
I don't know. It's classic or old time. I don't fly that stuff. I think it's classic. I think it's about 1960 something.
Yeah. There was one of those on eBay. I think they wanted they wanted $100 and some odd dollars, and it wasn't up for bid. It said buy it now, so I was just curious.
Yeah, nothing that I mess with.
Yeah.
I got a couple kits here that I don't know whether I want to build them or sell them or whatever. Ed Southwick Skylark and a Brodak. The hell is this other thing here? I just don't enjoy building kits.
Yeah. Well,
This is an Accentor.
oh yeah, I've seen those on eBay. As a matter of fact, I think Brodak sells a kit.
Yep.
But we were talking about Noblers a while ago. Here's a Brodak original Nobler for $2.99.
Yeah, they can keep it.
Lisa Rice says, can thermal runaway be fixed?
Thermal runaway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's more I need to ask. What is the inlet size and what is the outlet size of the where it's picking up air? The outlet side needs to be 2.5 times bigger than the inlet side. I always make them 3 times bigger. And that'll cool it off. Now, why is it running away? Is the fuel tubing next to the muffler? Is the back plate sucking air? I don't know. So there's a lot of things that can cause it.
What would the fuel line to the muffler cause? Is it just because it heats the fuel up, preheats the fuel?
Yeah, I'm not sure that would do it, make it run away, but it would make it run erratic,
I know that. Is that because the fuel is getting hot from the muffler?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would suspect if it's running away thermal, it probably doesn't have enough oil in the fuel, and the inlet and outlet sizes are not right. But there's a lot of things that can cause it.
Yeah. Now, when they say it runs away, it is because it runs too rich and they can't get the RPM down, or is it just a high RPM and they can't dial it down a little?
What I'm thinking about is, and it could be a hole in the fuel line. It could
Yeah.
be a hole in the pickup line inside the tank. When the fuel passes that, it becomes uncovered and leans out. There's a lot of stuff that can cause it.
Right.
So first thing that I would do is make sure that your inlet and outlet are the same, the right ratio, 2.5 to 3 times the outlet size. Make sure you're not drawing any air anywhere. Change the fuel line. Make sure the fuel line's away from the muffler, which it should be. If it's inverted motor, it should be on the other side. Let's see what
She said she can't move the needle valve. What's his answer?
Can't move the needle.
You mean can't turn it, or?
She said can't move needle valve.
Well,
it doesn't make sense. Can't move it. You can't turn it, or you can't reposition it. You shouldn't have to reposition it. If you can't turn it, then you got to take the spray bar out and put a new one in it.
Either that or the packing nut's too tight.
Yeah, maybe.
Or a lot of times I had this problem with one of the pilots I flew with. He couldn't turn his needle valve. And so what he did is he put the needle valve down all the way down, screwed all the way down, then he tightened out the packing nut. Well, when you do that, you can't turn the needle valve. So what we did is we undid everything, put the packing nut in there and leave it loose, and then put the needle valve in there and just turn it in a little bit. And then we tightened down the packing nut to where it was just, not real hard to turn, but just kind of snug where it wouldn't move in flight, and that corrected the problem.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. When you make a one-line statement,
yeah,
I got to have it in my hand. I got to look at it.
Right.
I got a motor right now giving me a fit, but I think I'm just going to, it doesn't work. So I got to take it out of the airplane and take it apart and find out what's wrong with it. Is the backplate warp? Is it drawing air? Because it will not stay running. It will not draw correctly. Might have the spray bar in crooked. I don't know.
Do you think that the sleeve could be put in, rotated the wrong way?
No,
Okay.
Yeah, it could be, but I don't think I would do that.
Well, we had one pilot. We're out the field years ago, and he flew his plane. Then he went and worked on it, and then went to go try starting again. And hey, I don't have any compression.
Oh, this has got compression.
I know, but this guy, he said, he doesn't have any compression on my motor. And I go, well, let me look at it. And I go, hey, where's your glow plug? He forgot to put the glow plug back in it.
Yeah.
It says that needle valve turns, but the engine dies.
Yeah. Check the back plate. Check for suction. It sounds just like the motor I got in that Vortex.
Yeah. What's the easiest way to check the back plate, Sparky?
Take it off, look in there and see if the gasket's broke.
Oh, okay. All right.
Said thanks, guys.
Hey, no problem. And that's Wayne. That's not Lisa. That's
Wayne, okay.
his wife.
And then if that gasket is broke, is there gasket material you can buy, or some you can aftermarket something that you can cut and make a new gasket, or
Any cereal box.
any cereal box? Okay,
Yep.
there you go. There you go.
You just take some gasket glue, which is that yellow contact cement, and
Yeah.
glue it onto the back of the case, and then take a tiny ball peen hammer and start tapping around it. And it'll cut the gasket perfect.
And the fuel doesn't eat that gasket up or eat that cardboard up?
No. Easy Riders used to sell in the magazine one brown page, and that was a gasket material page. That was a cool. Easy Riders motorcycle magazine had one brown page that was gasket material.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I guess everybody's off doing summer shit. Or they want to. Does anybody come on after I go off, Gary?
Once in a while, maybe,
Yeah.
but most of them leave.
Yeah, what's the gentleman's name that lives in the Middle East? Kareem, I
Or,
can't.
Caffeine.
Caffeine. Yeah,
yeah. Sometimes he'll come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, it's probably in the morning his time now.
Right.
Yeah, Charles used to stay on till 4 o'clock in the morning my time. I ain't going for that shit.
Yeah.
I figure that a 2 hour hangout is plenty long enough.
Oh yeah. And even then, like last week, I had to bug out because I just couldn't stay awake. I don't know why. So that's the reason why I bugged out early last week. Or it's about the same time you did, I guess.
Yeah, I wonder if Dan if Dan can see that. Let me check this here. Search for members. I forgot to even look at this to see if he was. That's Dan. Dan. WINS. There he is. I need to make him a supporter so he can see.
James Clark said 2 wraps or 65-pound spider line, fixed Fox 35 backplate.
Yeah, that'll work. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't even know what kind of engine it is. There, Danny, if you're watching, you can now see the link at the bench. I didn't realize that I didn't award you that badge. Let me text him. Of course, he finds it somehow. Once in a while. And Dan, we are on the Hangout, and you can now see the at the bench link to come in if you're interested. Of course, he might be driving back from frozen Boulder.
On these OS Max LA Motors, they have a plastic back plate.
Take that
versus
off, throw it in the trash, get an FP40 back plate and put it on there.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask, if there was one was better than the other one, and you just answered my questions.
Yeah, that plastic back plate warps and will cause leaks in the motor to run erratic. A two-stroke engine has just as much compression on the lower end as it does on the top end.
Yeah.
And that's what pushes the fuel up past the bypass ports into the cylinder.
Rice said it's an MC Koi 35.
It's probably worn out. If it's got more than 10 flights on it, it's probably worn out. Just the way it is.
What is it?
Having a fuel draw problem, it runs away.
And
I-
maybe, go ahead.
I would say it's probably worn out. I don't know how many flights are on it.
Yeah, your daddy is running synthetic instead of caster.
What motor is it?
A McCoy.
Koi
Oh,
35.
well, if you're running synthetic oil in a McCoy 35,
Yeah.
unless it was a brand new motor when you started, you've washed all the caster out of it that was the seal. And now you've got the worn out engine that you really had to begin with. But anyway, run caster in it. That may fix it. Run straight caster. That may fix it.
About 25% oil.
Yeah.
If I'd have known what I know now, my McCoys would have lasted longer than 2 weeks.
Huh.
Back then, they were only $4.95, so you could go through them pretty quick.
God, I kept the same McCoy for 20 years, but I ran 5% straight caster in it. You had to clean it up. You had to come home and clean the thing up because the caster, otherwise the caster would bake on it and it looked like, oh, good God, you couldn't tell what it was. The cooling fins would be filled up.
Yeah.
So
Carl,
we come home and
are you fidgeting around with your microphone?
No, not at all.
Yeah, well, you were.
Oh, all right. Maybe because I was scratching my arm.
There you go. Now it's okay.
Okay. Sorry. Well,
Yeah,
I figured
okay.
out. I figured out what the problem was. Is the table that my laptop that I'm using is that plastic fold-out table you buy at Home Depot. And so what I did is I put a blanket on top of it, and that took a lot of it out of it. So.
See, back in my McCoy days, I ran any kind of fuel I could get. K&B. Shit, I ran Cox glow fuel. It didn't matter. That was high nitro, low caster.
no wonder you burn them up.
I burn up a bunch of them.
Hmm.
But we sure had fun. We had lots of fun.
Yeah, we did too.
That K&B fuel was the most common fuel that the hobby shop sold, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The KB 500 and KB 1000 and so on and so on.
I ran missile mist in a McCoy one time.
Ooh, good gracious. I've forgotten what percentage that stuff was, but it seemed like it was
30, I think.
Yeah, something like that. That was what the guys were running in the little race planes.
Combat planes.
Yeah. Combaters are flying it too.
Yeah.
Hey, first time I ever went to a mouse race meet, I've been flying stunt for years, but I built a mouse racer, and a friend of mine went to a mouse race, club mouse race at Hobby Park. Buddy was trying to figure out, you reckon we're going to be able to compete with these guys? I said, I don't know, buddy. We'll just try it and see. And we got out against Olin. You couldn't have a worse draw than Olin Martin and, let's see, I can't remember. I'll think of his partner's name in a minute. But they were the top guys around here in Goodyear and Rat Race. They were fast. So we drew them, and they're doing about a lap. Every time we did a lap, they were doing about 2 really. And I couldn't figure out what was going on. I cut down, and Olin come walking over, and he says, "What percentage nitro y'all running?" I said, 10. He said, "Son, you're racing now. Try some of this." And he gave me some he gave me some fuel. I put it in our little rat racer and went up and was running with everybody but Bulldog and Lee Cleveland and Olin Martin, Bulldog and Lee Cleveland. And I was running with everybody but them. And we placed second, but it was 40% nitro he gave me.
Oh,
I
gosh.
never heard of putting 40% nitro in a Cox engine, but that's what they were running. So that's what we were running. So we ran very well. And boy, it restarted easy with that stuff. Good golly, one good flip and it was running.
When my
But
dad
you
had a
had to-
hobby shop, we used to take this kid with us, Danny Napolitano, and we went to Dinky Creek, which is up out of Ojai in the high Sierras, the high mountains. And I had built a Scat Rat and it had a Torpedo 40 and 8.8 prop, and it's a solid wood, zero lift airplane. And we're up at 10,000 feet in the grass, in the campground. It was just big enough that, for a 60-foot circle, just big enough, barely. And that thing took off, and, started in the campground, let it go. It went probably 20 feet, and I was trying to get it off the ground. It went into a branch. It just wadded up.
Mm.
Could you imagine the campers there hear that noise? Whee!
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been fun.
You're lucky somebody didn't take a shotgun and shoot it out of the air.
I think that same weekend I buried a treble hook in my hand, and the ranger had to dig it out, cut it off, and push it through. Boy, it hurt like a bitch.
Yeah. They did
I had to
say
do that in my leg one time. I had to do it myself.
Oh, God.
They did say she used the wrong fuel at first.
Yeah, well, that'll
Yeah.
help.
Lord.
Minnesota Mike says hi.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, we all had to live and learn, but some of the lessons we learned were a little rough. I don't know who Sugar Mite is. Lordy, Lordy.
I tell you, the scariest lesson I learned was about balance. I never knew about balance. I just painted them until they looked good. I took off, that airplane was tail heavy and it went around the sun. I didn't hit the ground though, just barely. Scared the crap out of me.
I remember my first airplane.
And then I didn't know about balance, so I said, "This airplane's shit. We'll have to build another one."
Yeah.
Go ahead,
We
Gary.
built one and put the tip weight on the inside.
Oh Lord.
So, yeah.
Hey, one of my friends built an airplane. I can't remember who. Larry Drone built it, and one of the other guys borrowed it. Was going to borrow it to fly in a contest. We said, "Well, you better practice with it because it's never been flown. It's built and ready to go, but it's never been flown." Well, what he forgot to tell him, there was no tip weight on the outboard wing.
Oh, no.
So Tommy said that thing broke the ground and then turned toward Buddy Barbie and just flew right over his head.
Had that happened before? It's scary.
Yeah, said it wadded up on the other side, just tore it all to pieces. Brand new airplane, first flight. Golly. No, I took off. I built a Stiletto 35 when they first came out. Or 2 letters kit. But anyway, I built one, took it to Hobby Park, and we had this limb that come out closest to the circle. And I watched for the limb and made sure I was higher than the limb. But I didn't think about a stupid starling that was in the bush or in the tree. And the starling flapped his wings and took off and came out. I hit that dang bird with the outboard wing and it just exploded. So I'm flying around with one wing. And finally it come down. And of course, when it come down, the outboard wing holds one of the landing gear. So it come down and, but just destroyed the wing. The stupid bird laid on the ground for a minute. Then he got up and flew off. But he destroyed my dang airplane. That just wasn't fair. Oh, well.
Thunderbolt number 2, while flying at Whittier Narrow, not Whittier Narrow, but Booter Park, the outboard flap came off in the top corner of the triangle, and it did a barrel roll and crashed in front of me about 10 foot off. And it was, I wish I'd have had a movie of that, because that airplane, look, it just disintegrated. It just kept right on going into the ground until just the tail was sticking out.
Is that what you got hanging on the wall over there?
No, that was the Memphis. That's number 3.
Uh,
Number 2 lives in Ted Winterman's basement, but what's left of it, it just went, just melted right into the ground. Ted said, "What are you gonna do?" I said, "I'm gonna take the lines off this one and put them on this one and fly it."
That's what you get for building light, right?
Yeah, what are you gonna do when you crash? Ted said, "I wouldn't do that. I'd go home." Well, whatever. I brought 2.
I've had to do that several times, and I just tell them, look, I came out here to fly. I didn't come out here to just watch.
Exactly.
Although in the morning we'll see what I'm going to do. I'm hoping to fly, but
Bob,
every
do you
time
know
they give
Ted
you new
Winterman?
medications, it's kind of fun for a day or two.
What's that?
Do what?
do you know Ted Winterman?
I know the name.
Yeah, I don't know that he's still alive or not. He's turned his phone off. He's about, I'd say he's getting close to 90. I mean, but he was in good shape last time I saw him.
Where did he live? Or does he live?
He lives in just the other side of Manchester, right here in St. Louis. I'm gonna have to drive up there and see if he's still alive.
What are you doing to the plane on the table, Sparky?
Doctoring the paint up.
What's the matter? Does that one fly better than the blue one or something?
Oh yeah, yeah. This is.
It does?
Oh yeah.
You hadn't got that blue one figured out yet?
No,
That's a shame. Thing is so pretty.
I keep doing what Joe says to do, and it's getting worse. So I'm gonna go back the other way, but I can't keep monkeying around. So I'm gonna fly this one for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
I got
keep
the
thinking
airplane. Just pick one, just.
Yeah, if you had flown this one at the Nationals, you might have placed higher in NS in 2030.
Yeah, this one here.
If you'd flown that, you might have placed higher in Nostalgia 30.
I don't think he could do that, Bob.
No.
They might have kicked him upstairs. So.
Yeah.
Well, this one's been in the top 20 twice. So
That's the one you had at Brodak 2 years ago, isn't it?
no, I didn't. I don't think I flew it 2 years ago. The last time I flew it, it was orange and white. Been refinished since then. It's going to get refinished again, but I'm going to finish this season out.
Whatever happened to that Dr. Pepper themed Tucker special looking thing you had?
I sold it to Mark. I have a siphon, a DeVelvis siphon feed, not a gravity fed, but a siphon feed paint gun. I had it sitting on the bench, and the airplane was on the ground, and I knocked that off, and it went right through the outboard wing. So I rebuilt the outboard wing and took the Dr. Pepper off it, but I finished it, you can't tell it was broke. And I told Mark, and I flew it since then. It flies okay, and I sold it to him pretty cheap. He crashed 4 airplanes last season, and I didn't have nothing to fly. So, well, I got this one. We'll sell you.
Who does he think he is? Jimmy Cassell?
Yeah. Well, some of this stuff, he didn't crash one of them. James Mills crashed it in Oklahoma, in Tulsa, for him.
Wow.
So, and that was one of them take apart. Not the guy from the West Coast that's making those take aparts. I don't know the name of it. Shrike or something like.
Sherrod.
Yeah, one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's Axioma?
No, it wasn't.
No. This guy, molds his own, shows up at the contest there. He'll be at the Las Vegas contest with one of his planes.
He's a Ukrainian type guy. I can't remember his name though.
Last name, I think, starts with a K, but
Oh, you're talking about Kestis
Yeah, that's it.
yeah,
Devardis? I think his name Kestis Devardis.
yeah.
It was one of
Okay.
them. He loaned James Mills, and he pulled out on reverse wing over. So I don't know exactly. I wasn't watching when it happened. It happened in practice, and he blew it up, broke the wing off and fuselage. And so I said, Mark, if you don't have an airplane, because he had went through his airplanes, he crashed the one before the Nats, and he crashed another one. I said, I got an airplane. I'll sell you cheap. So I sold him that plane.
Hmm. It's a good looking airplane though. Ooh.
Yeah, I voted
Don't
for
think
that one that looked like a Tucker, that Pepsi, that Dr. Pepper thing.
That was it.
I voted for that for Concords that year. You had it.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, it's a pretty airplane. I liked it.
Yeah, I did too. It was a good looking bird.
Looked just like a Tucker, only twice the size.
Yeah. Some of the guys right here were talking at one time about building a double-sized Tucker and putting a tune pipe motor in it. Gonna call it the Mother.
Well, what's the name? Alan Ressinger had one out there on the West Coast. He called the Big Mother Tucker.
Yeah, that's it.
That's Ressinger.
Yeah. Well, we had Dave Hemstraught was going to do it here, and he never got it built. The last plane that I remember Dave building and flying, I think you built the wing for it, but it was a Al Rabe Mustang. He put a 46 in it.
For Hemstraught?
Yeah,
Yeah, I built that one.
yeah. And Dave,
is he still doing okay? Anybody
I
see
don't know. I'm going down there in a few weeks. I'm going to try to stop by his house and see him. If he's
Say
home,
hi
I'll
for
see
him.
him.
Real good guy.
I will. Yeah, he is. He's good as gold. But he he built that thing, and Al got upset because he had you build the wing, and he didn't tell him that it didn't really have a 46 in it. So he built it and put a 46 in it, and it actually flew, but it didn't fly as well as Al's had flown. And Dave was trying to figure out, what did I do wrong? It's light, it's straight. What could be
Yeah,
wrong
but it
with
didn't have a Chevy V8 in it like Al's did.
Yeah, that's it. I said, well, what motor's in it? He said, Super Tiger 46. I said, is it a 46 or is it a 51? And I thought it was a 51. It was actually a 61.
Al had those custom built
Crankshafts.
The Como.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Alois did, all putty, welded up, puttied the head, and remachined the head, the fins and everything. Put a bigger sleeve
They
in
were
it.
gorgeous.
When we went to
He
the
kept
World,
breaking cranks.
he had those things stacked up like cordwood, those engines, and he'd blow one or two a day. And he'd have to replace them every day, at least once a day.
I wish I'd have bought Randy Smith's Super Tiger 75 in the 60 case. Did you ever see that motor?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 60 Super Tiger 60 case, the V60, but it's a 75.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see you got a lot of hits on that Randy interview.
Yeah, I cut that out and I put that out for everybody to watch.
Yeah, that's good.
And then it's in the video for the members.
Well,
yeah, they seem to like that.
I visited a lot of guys on that trip. I visited Jim Lee, then I went down to see Frank McMillan. Then I stopped by Tom Morris's house, and then Randy Smith's house, and then home. Might have been one more in there someplace.
Did you say
Gieske? It was Gieske. I saw Gieske too.
Yeah, his interview's up, but it's for the members only. I don't remember. Did you say I don't know that I even have it. Did you say I cannot put up the Don Tide Pod pilot painting video?
Why not?
I don't know. I don't know whether you sent it or not. I thought there was a
Oh,
video.
I probably did. You asked for the Sunflyer Video Magazine series in the Manners Museum. I tossed in there. I didn't know you wanted that one. That's, probably not of that much interest to everybody.
Oh, I think it's of great interest.
All right, I'll send it to you.
Okay, that's of great interest. That guy was, I still think, I had it on tape, but I don't have a tape machine anymore.
That
Who's got
that was my very first video I ever did.
Do you notice that I gave you credit in the descriptions?
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's okay. That
Bob
was
Hunt
so long
Production.
ago. If anybody can get something out of them, I'm happy. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
I've left up all your B-roll too on the copyright warnings and all that stuff.
Yeah, right. That seems like a million years ago.
It's only 30.
That's close to a million.
Yeah.
Yeah, in human years, that's a bunch.
Yeah, Danny don't look the same.
No.
I told you I
None
got
of us.
that video to work, right? Volume 1. Take
I
one.
saw it.
Okay, yeah, I got it to work.
None of us look the same as we did 30 years ago. Good grief.
I'm glad you're truth.
Well, Wendy did a video of me flying my Thunderbolt last week, and I looked and I don't have a stomach.
Yeah.
But I got I'm a belly boy now.
Yeah. You remember the year we had a lot of fun with, there was one year we had a lot of fun with that at the Nationals, the Belly Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
It was the year that everybody had the Dayglow airplanes.
Bill Rich and Randy and who else
Yeah.
was the Belly brother?
Um,
Was it Reichel? Was he one?
Keith
I
Renkel
think
and
he was.
what's his buddy that he comes with?
It told me I wasn't big enough. I couldn't do it.
What's the name of those Chinese wrestlers, the big guys?
Sumo.
Sumo wrestlers.
Yeah, we had a sumo stunt team for a while.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but we wanted to get together a T-shirt, and nobody could draw the darn T-shirt up decently, so it kind of fell by the wayside. Jim Rankar and his buddy and me, and I think
Larry.
Alan Brickhouse.
Larry, what the hell's his last name?
Larry Foster?
No, Jim Rinkart and Larry Lindbergh. That's it.
Oh, Larry Lindbergh, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
They're-
Yeah.
You see where Ron Woodman died?
No.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, he was a nice guy. He lived in Chicago, and he and Alan Brickhouse flew together. And Robbie and I, in 1995, we drove out straight through to the Nats, and we met up with them around Chicago. He told us where to meet them. And then we caravaned out and back. That was a lot of fun. Ron was a great guy.
What's his name?
Ron Woodman.
Woodman. I don't think I know him.
Really nice guy. He and Al are just really fun to be around.
I think I know him too, or knew him, but not very well. Met him, I think, at a contest or two in the Midwest.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
I got a show and tell.
What do you got?
Uh-oh.
I picked up a couple of these.
Hold on.
Wow. How do you hook the battery up to that?
I'm not sure yet.
Oh, that's one of them. Wait a minute. What is that motor?
Super Hurricane.
Huh.
Must
Pretty.
be.
The
Must be
part
street-
that shocked
look at
me
that.
is when I picked it up, I turned it over. I saw and then it said made in Canada.
Only got a 4-bolt head. Wow, look at that.
I didn't know they made them in Canada. That's why I was kind of shocked when I saw it. So
Is it light? Looks light.
got a twin.
And the exhaust is on the left instead of the right.
I thought they were KMBs first,
Yeah,
tornado.
it's unusual.
It looks like the
I-
case screws together. You can probably, well, I doubt you can change it because of the way the head's shaped, but yeah.
Turn that thing sideways again for a minute, just for a second. Turn it sideways and hold it up a little bit. A little higher, right about there. Okay, it's interesting to note. It's like the old K and Bs, where the lugs, the bottom of the lug is usually in line with the center of the crankshaft.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That one's
not.
much higher.
It's
That's
like the
It's
old,
like a
It's like an old K and B
559.
29.
it's like the old Olsons.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of these before? Or?
No, never heard of that.
Mm-mm.
You probably
Yeah,
got,
when it said made in Canada, I was kind of shocked.
Yeah,
I
the
bet it's
needle
a
valve is
speed
made to where
engine.
it puts it back at an angle, keep your fingers out of the prop. That's pretty neat. See the hole in the vent's not straight through, it's at an angle.
yeah.
And that it doesn't have a thrust washer?
That's the way it came. I
Wow.
picked up a bunch of box of stuff, and it was in it. So we got an FP40 and some Enyas and a Super Tiger or something too.
Huh.
All free. I was lucky.
Check the box, see if the thrust washers and that are in there.
Yeah, maybe I'll check.
I bought a motor one year and it didn't have a thrust washer, and the next year I bought a bunch of parts and it happened to have the thrust washer I needed was in that box. I put it all together and got the thing running, and it had was a 60 and it had exhaust ports out both sides and they were kind of slanted back. One of the guys that came out the field saw me running that thing. He says, "My gosh, you know what that motor's worth, and you're out here just running it on a test stand?"
The
I said, "Well,
Natwood.
I don't know what it was. Didn't have a name on it. But he gave me $300 for it on the spot. So I was happy. I had $5 in it, so I was happy. All I knew, that thing, when you tried to start it, it kicked back harder than anything I ever flew. Well, I never flew it, but that I ever ran. That sucker really kicked back. And it had 2 exhaust ports. So imagine putting 2 mufflers on it. It's going to get heavy right quick.
I have a question for John Miller. John, does your email still start with Joe B?
JOBELCRANK.
Well, I didn't want to say the whole thing online.
I don't mind.
I'm sending you something real quick. I'm sending you something I think you're going to like. It's 2 versions of a Bonnie Raitt song, but one's live and you'll love it because it's a real harmonica type song. So,
Oh, great.
yeah, so there's 2 versions, but check out the live one. It's off a bootleg album. And that's all I'm going to say about that tonight. So,
All right. Just real quick, music wise, I made a trade. 2 of my airplanes that I fell on. Actually, I'm going to give them 3 or 4 because Brent Williams found a bullet mic for me and a Fender Frontman amp. They're brand new.
wow.
Got them for me, and I gave them my 2 crash airplanes. I'm giving 1 or 2 more because it was such good stuff.
Right, back to airplanes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll never get them repaired. Not with my hands. I can't do it. Can't do fine work anymore. It's hard. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish the kits I got on the bench.
Hey, listen, Denny Adamison is going to be doing that Fuga Magister. Going to redo that. And would you be interested in doing the CAD drawings for that for Pampa?
I wouldn't mind at all. I have to get my CAD program. I'm at odds with it. I'm trying to download it, and I'm having some problems. And I'm having to get back with the people I bought it from to get it. So anyway, I don't have an available CAD program. That's why I haven't been able to help Dick.
It'll be a little while yet anyway, so.
Yeah, but I'll be happy to work.
Anybody ever seen that airplane, the Fuga Magister? He flew it in
That's the red one?
72.
It's a beautiful airplane.
When the
Is that the red one?
Yeah.
Looks like a little jet.
Yeah.
it's a French jet, very high aspect ratio, which is right into his wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Real long canopy. Anybody ever watch Jimmy's World on YouTube?
Oh yeah, yeah, sure,
Yeah.
the airplane guy.
Yeah, he came across a Fuga Magister once. He didn't know what it was, and when he went out, looking to buy an airplane, he came across that thing, and he was amazed at it. It was, it's really low to the ground. I mean, it's a jet, so gear are like only about a foot and a half long or something. It's really short.
Make a good carrier plane.
I don't think they ever landed on a carrier.
I don't think so either.
Big V-tail, everything that he likes. High aspect ratio and a V-tail.
Well, I think it's a beautiful airplane, and I'm glad to hear that he's working on it.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good CAD man himself, too.
Well,
So,
maybe he'll do it. I'm not sure. I talked to him about you possibly doing it. He thought that was okay. We'll get Dave individually, hopefully, to do the canopies. He's got the mold, which is about
yeah.
16, 18 inches long.
I'd be happy to do it if he gets it done, take his notes and work with him with it.
Yeah.
I love that airplane ever
do
since
I.
I saw it in the magazine.
I told him if he finishes up the plans, I'll build one.
Yeah.
I've always wanted one.
Oh,
This is
Isn't
a
that the
control line
airplane that he
airplane.
beat?
What's that?
yeah.
This is a control line airplane, a
Yeah,
jet.
he won the Walker Trophy with it against Raby in '72.
A
Yeah, he
jet.
beat Raby.
It's
Well,
not jet powered.
He had an OS 35 in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But
Okay.
well, I'm going to put an electric motor in it because without that head sticking down, because it had a real sleek nose, but the head was sticking down, just like my 105 Thunder Chief. That engine ruined the profile. So this thing now will have, it'll look like a jet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe retracts, who knows?
What do you think? A 28 millimeter or a,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Even that's a classic size airplane. So probably get away even with a 2820 instead of a 2826.
2820 would, yeah, that'd be plenty of power.
Yeah.
Yeah. No sense putting a 35 millimeter can.
Oh gosh, no. I don't think it would fit the nose of that airplane.
I don't think so either. Well, that's something to look forward to because
It is. I've always wanted to build that airplane.
yeah.
Is that the white one with a red nose and black?
The one he won in '72 it was silver, I believe. Then he built a red one.
72.
Mhm.
You get a picture of it here. 72. This one right here.
And then the Win Pole book.
Yeah. I use this for reference. If I can get the damn book.
Yeah. Now, here's a question I wanted to ask when doing plans for the group. How do you feel about having the plans themselves in PDF, but having a DWG or a DXF set of files so that they can send that to a laser cutter?
That's up to Denny. I mean, it's Denny's project, so
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. I mean, I'm going to build it from scratch. That's how I like to build it anyway. So.
Right.
But it is a fully sheeted, built-up wing.
Let me see.
And with 130, I think it had 132nd balsa skin.
Hey, what was the guy's name in Milwaukee here that always flew fully sheeted wings?
Mario Rondinelli.
Rondinelli. I told you I wound up with his one of his airplanes.
The Venus.
Didn't know it was his until years later.
Oh, okay.
I still have the Fox 35 he had in that thing. It's like one of the gold colored ones.
Anniversary special, 25th anniversary.
That's probably the best running Fox I've ever seen.
I have one of those too on my Red Nobler. Flew great, man, great.
What's this guy's name again?
Dennis out of Meeson.
No, the guy with the jet-looking airplane.
Dennis
That's it.
Out of Meeson.
Oh, okay, Dennis. Okay, that is back over here. That's Yuri 1 Senior, right? The red one, red with orange tips.
All right, so did he win again in '73 with that? I forgot did he win the Walker Trophy in '72 or is it '73?
Says Dennis Animation won the senior division and the Walker Trophy at the 72 Nationals with
And
this.
the red one. Okay, I stand corrected. Make yourself big there.
Let's see, we
Don't
gotta.
make your stomach any bigger. We'll make everything else bigger.
Yeah, right.
Oh, hell, there you go. Yeah, there it
Yep,
is.
that's
there it
it.
is.
That's it.
That's a beautiful airplane.
I loved it.
You got to see it sitting on the gear.
He had a silver one too. I think he flew the silver one in '73, come to think of it.
Bob, you got an unbelievable memory.
Yeah. It's great.
Can I go to Google while I'm on this?
Should be able to.
No. Well, you still there?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, we're
All right,
here.
hold on. I see something here. No, I can't. It's
Bill Warridge won the Worlds in 72
yep, 70 and 72
and 2004.
and 2004.
"32 years apart."
That was some party we had in 2004 that night. The next morning, Billy couldn't even wrap lines. He had to wrap lines because he flew 15s, because that's back when we had line size requirements. And he flew the 15s in FAI because there was no line size requirement. And he had to make solids the next morning, and he let them get off the spool. You know what solids do when they get off the spool.
Yep.
And he had a hornet's nest. I mean, like just a snake nest. It was just all over the place. Took him about 4 hours to make a set of lines.
Dennis Animation won the senior division in 73 too.
Yeah, that was with the silver one. I know he flew the red one 1 year and the silver one the next year.
It looks white here in this, but you know, it's black and white picture. This one right here.
Yep.
No, that's not Dennis.
Oh, Alan Animation.
That's Alan,
Oh, okay.
who was also an excellent flyer.
Well, they had a pretty good coach.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And here's Bob Hunt. He finished ninth. Yeah.
My first Nats in stunt, I finished ninth. Top 10. I was happy with that.
I had the.
And that was after I fit my final flight. I had this little trick I did to make sure I could start the engine on the first flip. I would start the engine and then cut my hand over the spinner and stop it, signal, and then start it again. Well, I did that there, but when I cut my hand, I forgot to pull my finger in.
Uh-oh.
I stuck it right in the prop. And I flew that last flight with 3 fingers in the handle.
Do you at least get to wrap the hand up with a bandage or anything?
No, I had to go right away. I didn't want to take an attempt. So,
Flying in a puddle of blood. Oh my goodness.
Needless to say, I stopped that practice.
Yeah, I bet.
Bob, it's nice to know that it's with all you've done and as all you know and all you've done some of the same dumb things some of the rest of us.
Oh, I've probably done more dumb things than all you guys put together.
Mhm.
I never claimed to be really bright. You know?
I don't claim to be real bright, but I do know once that prop's spinning, let it alone.
Well, I didn't intentionally do that. You know, it was
Oh, I know that.
but it was sore.
I'll bet it was.
It was a max 35.
Aren't you glad it wasn't a carbon fiber prop?
Oh, how about it? Yeah, the wood prop.
Oof.
Well, I was standing there when the guy from Texas, Rojet, what's his name?
Yeah, Rich
Richard
Oliver.
Oliver?
Richard Oliver. My back was to him, and I heard brr, brr, and I'm
Oh,
thinking,
yeah.
why is he running that propeller into the ground? That was his fingers. Did
Yeah,
it twice.
Oh,
Hmm.
well, Gordon's missing the fingernail on his index finger, and his little finger, pinky finger on that hand doesn't work because he's been cut with those carbon fiber props.
That's
I like to stay away.
one thing I really do like about electric flight. When that prop starts spinning, I'm 70 feet away. Or 60
Yeah,
feet away.
yeah.
That's what I wanted to ask you, Bob. How long are your lines?
Well, it depends on the airplane. I think the one I was flying out there in West Virginia, I had 65 feet center to center, or maybe it was 66 feet center to center.
65 or 66. I was just really impressed. You got through with the pattern in 5 minutes and 20 seconds, but your lap time was 5:42.
Yeah, and I should have gone faster because it was dead calm out there.
Yeah.
And I was backing up, especially with those kids in the circle. I don't want to step on one of them, but I was backing up, get out of my own turbulence. The only flight I had that was in any kind of wind up there was that was enough wind to get on it and get a corner was the one I flew for Victoria Yeager.
Yeah. Yeah, that looked like a really good flight.
That was an okay flight. The others would, I watched the Will Davis put up a video, and I said I missed the intersection of the square 8 by like 25 feet.
Mm.
It was terrible. But it was fun. It was a fun place to fly and fun people to fly for.
Oh yeah, that's always a fun show. We have a good time every year.
Ed Waske, who should be on here later, invited us up to see his facility where he does the repair work on biz jets. And apparently he's got all the repair work for net jets, which have I think he said 120 Learjets. They had one of them in there. They were re-engineering it. It was in for an overhaul. And what they do is they don't keep the airplane there and overhaul the engine and put it back on the airplane. They have like a swap agreement. They take one out, put a fresh one in. They fly for so long, come back, swap that one out for another fresh one. And he had boxes stacked up in there. It said Pratt & Whitney on it. And Pratt & Whitney was about 200 yards down the road from him. So it was really cool.
Yeah, that's a neat facility.
There was a Embraer, private Embraer that came in from Australia. The guy who owns it flew it. And that's very rare, he said. Usually if you have that kind of money, you hire a corporate pilot. But he said this guy flew it all the way from Australia.
Do you happen to remember Al Raven, the 75 team trials, Bob?
Yeah, I do. With the
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I'm going to show you this picture. It says Al Rave's in trouble.
Did he hit the candle down around the ground?
Did he hit the ground?
No.
He didn't.
That was pretty normal for him.
Lost all line tension or what?
It was a Sea Fury, it was
lumber wagon.
Yeah, it was big old sea barrel. We called it the sea barrel.
I heard it called the pickle barrel.
Back in those times, a lot of airplanes you free flight across the top of the circle.
Yeah,
I think that was in a vertical 8, I think, or I forgot what it was. Maybe it was an overhead 8. I forgot. But that was one of Wynn's favorite. Wynn took that photo. One of his favorite photos. The Sea Barrel didn't impress me at all. I mean, it was pretty, it was gorgeous, but it just didn't impress me flying. I had no corner whatsoever. The corner like a bowling ball.
Yeah.
But that an easy 2 Sugar Mustang was a little better. One he flew in 74, but the one he took to the world and to the 77 nationals and the 77 team trials, Snaggletooth he called it. It's on display in the museum now. That was actually a pretty good airplane.
The one that broke the nose off of?
That was another one just like Snaggletooth. It may have been Snaggletooth. Yeah.
Yeah, Rag.
I don't think that's Snaggletooth. I think that's another one.
a rag was left laying and the wind picked up and blew it into the propeller.
Mhm.
And just took
And the
the thing
thing broke
off.
the nose off, and the engine was still running. And this is Geesky telling the story. And apparently, there, because there were two circles there in Irving at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, and whoever got there first got the better of the two circles. And they wouldn't even launch for each other. They didn't like each other. That's not a secret. Everybody knows that. And they would set up stooges and fly up stooges, even though they were just adjacent to each other. And Arabia, the way I heard it was he threw the rag, and wind caught it and blew it into the prop, and it ripped the nose off, and the thing was still running. And now, adjacent to where the circles were, there was a drop off, like it was a parking lot, big parking lot, and there was a drop off to another level of the parking lot. And it was about a 15-foot drop or something, and the engine was running, and it was vibrating across the ground, and it went right up to the ledge and just fell over the ledge. He was laughing as he told the story.
Have any of you guys ever had an OS 60 LA that you've used?
No, too heavy.
Heavy.
Okay. I thought I heard they were heavier or something, but I wasn't sure.
A good looking engine.
Yeah.
Looks
It looks
just like
great.
a big FP40.
They ran pretty good. Once you eyelashed them, they ran good, but they were just so heavy.
Now, would they be better without the muffler on it? 'Cause sometimes the muffler can make them that much more heavy with
Forget
wouldn't
it.
be too bad.
It's too heavy.
Is it?
Just
Okay.
Yeah, where a Tiger, it's like 3 ounces heavier than a Tiger 60.
Wow. Okay.
And that's without a muffler.
Does anybody, here's a little trivia question. What was the first airplane and/or pilot to win a nationals with an airplane fitted with a muffler?
Oh,
I was there to watch it, so
I know that, but I can't remember the name.
The little,
I would about, if I were going to guess, it would be a guess. I'd say Gildini.
you get the prize. What airplane and what year?
Well, it was 63, and it was
Eclipse.
it was before the Olympics. It was before the Olympic. It was the that high T
The
tail
Olympics
plane.
were pre-63.
Huh?
The Olympics were
Pre-63?
the next
Okay,
one.
I don't know what year then.
The next one was a Stingray. He won in '63 at Riverside or Los Alamitos, and then in $65 he had the Eclipse with a Merco 49 with a spin flow muffler.
You know what? When I first met him years ago, we were sitting in a restaurant and he got telling me about a story about going to the World and some fool doing wing unders off the side of the building. You there?
Reinhardt used to do that with Scarinzi out at the Plymouth Internationals. They used to drop an airplane on a really out the window, and Larry would start it or Rid would start it, and they'd fly and do wing unders, and it almost took somebody's head off when they looked out the window. Guys were characters.
Oh, Lord. Oh, man, that's pretty good.
Wonder guys didn't go to jail.
Well, they never. The statute of limitations have run out now. But Red used to take cherry bombs, toss them down the mail chute, and add confetti to the third floor. They flushed down the toilets. And they put them in. I found this old Wakefield airplane because that was everything out there. They had Wakefield and Free Flight and everything. They found a Wakefield airplane that was in a garbage can, and the nose had broke off, but everything else looked pretty good. So they got it all back in flying condition, and they wrapped some lead around the nose to get the balance. And they put the wings were rubber banded on. They got up to the top of the hotel in those days, and they strapped a cherry bomb underneath the rubber bands, and they lit it and they threw it out, and it was soaring perfectly out. And then it came down. There was a cop on a street corner down there.
Oh no!
They came sailing down. That's when the fuse burnt through the rubber band and it exploded. And there was again confetti all over the cop. I bet she hasn't recovered yet.
You guys be going to jail for terrorism.
Today they would. But
Today they
I don't think there's any danger of them going to jail now.
No.
Larry,
Lordy
a
goodness.
million Larry Scarinzi stories because I grew up around Larry and Red. Red worked for my dad for 30 some odd years. And he was my mentor in the machine shop. I worked with him every day for years. Crazy people.
Well, I
Yeah,
knew
but
how to have a
amazing
good
modelers.
time.
Larry was more crazy than Red.
Yeah, I believe
Well,
that.
that's saying something.
I believe that. I never met Red, but I met Larry.
Yeah, I met Larry. He was quite a character.
Missed him.
He was my hero. I'll tell you, he and Red were my two childhood heroes.
Yeah.
Was
Can
Larry
understand
flying a
why.
Gay Devil when the new pattern first came out? It's 58. Larry had just published, or was about to publish, the Gay Devil, and at our field in Union, I was like, it was 8 years old, 9 years old, no, 10 years old, and I was walking past the back circle where all the experts flew, and he was doing patterns, and I didn't even know there was a pattern, and for some reason I sat down and just watched him fly for about half an hour. I thought he did like 400 patterns. It was maybe 4, but that was the first. And I realized after a couple of flights, I said he's doing the same maneuvers over and over in each flight, and I realized it was a pattern, and that's when I decided I wanted to fly stunt. That really appealed to me.
Well, stunt is like golf. There's never been a perfect golf game. There's never been a perfect stunt flight.
That's right. Well, I flew one when nobody was there to see it, so it doesn't count.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, that must have been right after I did it, right?
Yeah.
That must have been when y'all were flying at night.
Yeah. Speaking of Tony Lang,
That guy worked.
Tony Lang, that's what I was trying to think of.
Met a guy that
Golly.
AMA, this guy Mark, he's a some kind of promotions matter for AMA, something to do with promotion. And he was at the West Virginia thing. He had the trailer there with these simulators. And we, Will Davis and Wesley and Mark Ratcliffe and I and this guy Mark went out to dinner. And somehow we got around to bowling. And he talked about being a bowler, and he had bowled 10 certified perfect games. That's incredible.
300s.
But he said, but I couldn't do anything in cornhole. And I said, well, maybe you should not use the bowling ball.
That's bad.
Tony Lang, I went to the SIG meet one year, and it was dark. There was no moon. You know, all you could see was the cornfields on either side of the flight line there. You could see the lightning bugs come up. You know, and that was really kind of neat, actually. But the bunch of us decided to go into Montezuma to the only pizza place in town. We had pizza. And on our way back, we come back and we see this light. We're coming up, we're on the right-hand side of the flight line. We're coming up to where we turn to go down and in anyway. And we see this light go up and over like that. You come down, and he comes around, and we get up there and open the door, and you can hear Tony Lang out there saying, "Wow, I'm flying. He's the best I ever flew," you know. And somebody said, "It's the light trace on your eyeball." He said, "Well, tell me what to do." Well, we said, "Do it upside down triangle with point down." Yeah. All right, so up he goes, and by golly, he did it. You know, he flew the whole flight out and landed that thing. But that was the funniest thing. I mean, it was funny. You know, Tony.
He's a funny guy.
You know what I mean by funny.
Well, I know somebody does
He lives
those
about
upside down
an
triangles
hour and a half.
regularly.
He lives about an hour and a half northwest of me here. He lives in Williamsport, right off Route 80.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Does he still fly?
He calls me up every now and then.
Does he still fly?
He wants to get back to doing some flying. He actually sounds pretty good. I guess he's still doing piano tuning, you know.
Yeah. I got the room he had at the VSC one year. One year he came, flew in, went down to the hobby shop, bought a Ringmaster and built it in his room and flew it in the contest.
Yes, he did.
I got the room the next year. You could still smell the dope in that room.
He did a Stuka stunt one year too, black, monocoated it. Built it, got in there first of the week and bought it and built it. I think he brought it with him, but he built it and covered it and flew it in the contest. I don't think he did that well with it. The covering was loose when I saw it, but he was a neat guy.
That old Stuka stunt blues that he had should be anytime you have a video where you're looking down the flight line at all the airplanes, that's what should be playing in the background. Yeah, I'll take that blue one over there with the white nose.
Yeah.
He was something. He is something.
He was a character.
I asked him if he had a copy of that. He did not have a copy of it.
Oh, that's
somebody was on here when last time we mentioned it. He had a copy of it.
He did? Tony Lang had a copy?
No. There's somebody that was on.
Oh, somebody on here had it.
Yeah, because I asked him if he had a copy. He said, "Oh no." He said, "I don't know what happened to that." You know. So.
I'll tell you, it'd be fun to find it and get permission from him.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he'd be happy. You know.
Yeah.
He's a really good-hearted guy.
Yeah, you got to have permission though if you're going to put it on anything. That's you know.
I get it. Yeah.
Don't want ASCAP coming after you, ASCAP.
Did they come after you for the one you did? Yes.
No. No.
No.
That's AI generated.
That's good.
My niece on Marianne's side, she worked for ASCAP, and I think BMI too at one point. Not that that would help, you know.
You remember Hobby Show TV? They got taken off of YouTube for music.
Huh.
The Argentinians.
Huh. Well, John, we'll have to make a, you know, of course he's got that AI thing. You and I will have to get together and write something, you know. Hey. Billy Barwich wrote a bunch of things, but most of the stuff he wrote we couldn't put on YouTube.
Were you driving to a contest when you did that?
He had this ability to just craft songs, perfect songs, and verse, chorus, verse. I mean, he did modulations and everything. He really is an amazingly talented guy. We had a lot of fun.
He's a real musician, is what he is.
Oh yeah, incredible musician.
Yeah.
He was Tiny Tim's lead guitar player for a long time.
Was he?
Yep. He played with Joe Walsh. He played with Gene Pitney, George Benson, Bill Doggett, who did Honky Tonk. He played with a lot of really good musicians.
Wow. Well, I'm going to look forward to listening to what you sent me, because I've got another one. The guy told me one of the best guitar players out there and one of the best heartmen playing. And then they're just noodling with each other, you know. Yeah. And
the thing I sent you was a Bonnie Raitt tune called "River of Tears," not the Clapton "River of Tears." And the album version is very nice. It's very sterile. It's very, perfect. But the live version is so much more bluesy. You'll love the live version.
Oh yeah.
It's off a bootleg album.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We won't talk anymore about that.
You'll love it.
I'm looking forward. I've been playing with the mic, getting used to playing, amplified. But I don't know if my group's going to let me do it, because I play pretty loud as it is, and if I've got an amp there, I might be too loud for them.
You play loud. You're trying to tell us you're a blowhard?
Well, you could call it that, yeah. I also draw real hard too.
Well, anyway, check it out when you get a chance. Let me know.
I will. I got me a new instrument. I have a trouble paying $100 for a harmonica. So I've been exploring the Chinese market, because
the Chinese instruments are not that bad. I got one right here behind me that's better than a Gibson I used to play.
Well, that's what I'm finding out. And they've made it's the best bang for the buck. And then they've made one. It's actually, they're going to be selling it. They're going to be selling it for like $80 or $90. But right now they're selling it for $35 to get them out there, you know.
Oh.
And so I've been picking some of those up. Easiest harp I've ever had to bend and to overblow on. I just never did overblows because I couldn't get my harps to do it. But these
I'd
are,
love to get together someday and work out a song for Sparky's thing, you know.
yeah, that'd be fun.
They
That'd
get
be a lot of
revenge too.
fun.
That would be fun. Hey, I talked to airplanes again. I talked to who was I talking to today? Oh, it was Gene Martin,
Gene, good old Gene.
and he said that he had had lunch with Jimmy Cassell.
Did he?
Yeah, and he apparently Jimmy went out to the field to fly an airplane. He crashed it. He forgot how to fly. I find that hard to believe. He was such a good flyer, but he's thinking about getting back into it.
Oh, that'd be excellent. He was the one I really liked to watch in the circle.
Yeah, he was a trip, wasn't he?
Oh man, he was like a dance out there in the circle, you know.
Yeah, very
Forget the
demanding.
airplane, watch the pilot, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, he had some pretty good spectrums. I understand weren't bad airplanes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, he was a really good customer. He went through 70 some odd airplanes in his career. I made the wings for most of them.
Whoa.
I had a pretty good client there, you know.
Mm.
That's probably because he danced more than he flew, right?
I don't know. He just flew a lot, so eventually, you know, you're going to make a mistake, you know.
Yes.
Oh man, I like Jimmy. You know, he's a crazy person, but he's crazy in a really good way.
I never met him personally, but from what I've heard, he seems like he'd be a real nice guy to have back in the hobby.
We were kids. I mean, we were kids in '79, and we were at the Nationals. And after the banquet, we all back to their. You still had a night to go, and you're filling your oats, and so we decided we were going to douse people with water. So we emptied the garbage cans in the room, filled them up with water, and then anybody that came by, we would douse them, you know. And then, of course, everybody got wise on our floor. So then we started calling people up and saying, "Hey," we called up Win Paul, said, "Hey, come on over," you know. And he had to come to the fire door, so I ran down to the fire door, and I figured, I hope he doesn't see me. So Gieske was his room was right next to the fire door. So he says, "Bob, get in here." He knew what we were doing. He wanted to instigate. So I got in behind Gieske, and he's looking out through the peephole. And it crossed my mind that I may or may not be able to get Win Paul, but I got a dry guy right in front of me.
Oh no!
I doused Gieske.
Oh,
Good sport. I filled up the thing, and I decided I was going to get Cassell. So I'm chasing Cassell down the hall, and he sidesteps into his room. Now, you know, motel rooms have the bathroom to the left or the right as you go in the room, right? So he sidesteps me just as I let go the whole bucket of water. He sidesteps into his bathroom, and the water goes right into his just packed suitcase.
Oh, gee.
He had a lot of trouble with suitcases. One year he was driving to the Nats, and he had the suitcases strapped on top. When he got there, the suitcases weren't on top of the car anymore.
Who was it that had his airplane strapped to the top? And
No, he had the airplanes inside. He's smart, you know.
But there was somebody who had his airplane strapped to the top, but when he got there, it wasn't there anymore.
And ask Paul Walker sometime about the World Championship teams they won. I never went on a team. Well, I was on one team with Jimmy, but I was the assistant manager in Chicopee in '84. But I never went overseas with Jimmy. But Paul and Billy did, and Paul will tell you, you know, that Jimmy had a huge suitcase just for his hair care products. And he was watching out the window as a conveyor. Back in those days, we could take the airplanes in one piece in a big box that looked like a casket for a banner array, you know. And he was watching his airplane come up the conveyor, and it fell off the conveyor onto the ground, you know, 6 or 8 foot fall. And then they put it back on. Apparently, it fell again. And they finally got, because, you know, he had to go through the whole flight overseas, not knowing if his airplane was destroyed, you know.
Oh, no.
It was okay.
Oh, good. Well, my looking up information that for the Electra, you know, uh, the story on that is that the team went to Kiev. He was on the team. I'm trying to remember his name, Dick Williams. He was on the team, but when he got there, his airplanes didn't show up.
Yeah, and he had to fly Solhavi's Cadron.
Yeah, yeah,
They did a special thing. You know, you had back in those days there was a builder of the model rule in FAI. They subsequently took it out, but he had to fly. Both of his airplanes were stolen, and
yeah.
Solhavi brought along that Cadron that he had, as a backup, and the FAI let Dick Williams fly it.
Yeah, Dick said that he didn't think that it was. He didn't think anybody was worried about him, but he thought that it made the team go down because the team couldn't fly to the level that they would have with their own plane.
Mm-hmm.
With his own plane. Yeah. Never did show up. That airplane never showed up.
I don't think they're lost. When we went to Kiev, was it 96 or 98? I forgot. All the years blend together. I was the assistant manager of that team, and we had shipped our fuel over, and the mafia got on top of it over there, and they wanted to charge us $2,000. We already paid to have the fuel set. They wanted to charge us $2,000 to release our fuel, and I said, no, we're not doing that. And the guy came up to me. He said, you got to do it. They're the mafia. These guys will kill you. So we're not doing it. So we bought ingredients and made our own fuel over there, and we never got killed. So
Yeah, yeah. So you just mixed your own then, huh?
Yeah. Well, I should say I did with Billy and David and
Yeah.
and Paul.
Oh, that Electra. You were there when I brought it the first time.
Mm-hmm.
That Electra was probably one of the all-time best flying airplanes, classic airplanes ever flew. That thing, I built it. I managed to build it. It was fairly lightweight. It weighed 41 ounces. Mm-hmm. I finished it up on the night before the contest started. I got up there the day before, finished putting the last of my AMA number and all that stuff on it. Went out and did one flight.
Nothing like being over practiced.
Yeah, over practiced. The next day of my second flight was my first official. That airplane flew right off the board. It was unbelievably simple.
Well, Bart's Tempest had the same wing in it.
Same wing, same tail. Mm-hmm. Same stabbing elevator.
Had that progressive, tape. It wasn't, and when you got out to about the 2/3 point, it had a parabolic curve to the thickness, almost like a smoothie.
Yep, it had a nice standard curve and then a parabolic out to the wing. And there was an error on the plans. I found this out the hard way because I got a copy of the original plans and I digitized it. And when I went and built it, I think the rib number 6 or 7, one of the two in there wasn't tall enough. It was, and I was complaining and showing it to Gordon, and he says, "Yeah," he said, "just write the plans. That was the same error that was on the plans that were published." So I fixed that, but
where was that published? I forgot where that was published.
That was published with Model Builder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I called you and I called Model Builder, and Model Builder called me back. I sent a letter, and you sent one back, but they sent one back sooner, and I'd already. So I'm sorry, I've already. And you said it's all right, no problem.
It's okay to spread it around and get more airplanes published that way. But those days,
yeah,
believe me, I had plenty of airplanes to publish for Stunt.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that was one. I think if that had been published earlier, say but in the 70s, there would have been a lot more built.
I always wish that Solhavy had published the plans to the drone. It was such a pretty airplane.
It is a pretty airplane, yes.
He said it didn't fly very well.
Oh, really?
Hey, Joe,
Yes.
I gotta tell you, warping them flaps up did not work. It got worse, so I gotta push them back down.
Push them back the other way then.
Yeah.
I'll
Speaking
be-
of, did the flaps that you made for Steve, did they work okay?
Yeah. We gotta cut the rudder off now, though. He's got a warp where it's flying, it's pointed in on him, and he has no line tension overhead. So we put a trim tab on it to make up, or he put a trim tab on it to make up for the warp, and it's sticking out probably half an inch. I said, well,
Wow.
with that rudder warp like that, we can cut that in half. So I'm gonna cut it
You're
off.
gonna call that airplane, you're gonna have to call that airplane Frankenfire.
Yeah.
Cut into so many times.
I'm gonna cut the rudder off, and well, to finish the season up, we're just gonna cut straight down it, and I'll bend it out and glue it for him. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. But next year, this winter, I'll cut the whole rudder off and make a new rudder, glue it back on.
Hmm.
It's not a bad airplane for his first airplane, but he sure learned that you can't put dope on one side, not the other.
Ooh. Warp City.
Definitely.
So, Joe, what the heck's happening in your neck of the woods?
Oh, I went and flew rubber band airplanes. There's one in the Raptors I couldn't get down.
You
Got stuck in the Raptors twice. The first one I got down, the next one, it just flew so perfect. There's a band going across the Raptor to Raptor, and it flew through that band. The tail caught it hanging straight down, and I blowed and blowed, and I couldn't get it down. So I went to get a pole. So I just
go get you a big balloon, a party balloon, and
Yeah.
a long string.
Yeah, that might work.
Just get a swimming pool telescopic 20-foot.
I got a 30-foot telescopic pole. Tim tipped. Hanford's got one, and Tim's got it.
Yeah,
We'll just take it and
poke it.
I might go by tomorrow with my air. I've used a fan, but I'll go by with my weed eater blower, you know, the electric leaf blower, and I'll blow them out of the Raptors lots of times. You can blow it at an angle and get it to push it out. We'll see what happens. It will come down one way or the other. It ain't a big deal.
Was that you or Mike Lonke launching them on YouTube?
Me.
Outdoors.
Tim and I, outdoors. It wasn't me. Tim and I, Mike and I flew them at the Nats. A whole bunch of us built them. I think there was 6 of us built them. Gabe had them on. His dad built one. Mike and I and Gerber built one. And Tim Stagg.
Somebody on YouTube flying them. It looked so neat. It wasn't YouTube. It was Facebook.
On Facebook, I posted a page when we launched 2 at a time. They circled up together.
Mm-hmm.
One that Mike flew at Sky Bunny. I built one of those years ago. That was a fun airplane. They actually flew fairly decent.
Got one of those at the hangar. I got it trimmed to fly in my hangar.
Yeah.
It's just fun messing with it. It's another challenge. You know, it's like anything else.
We used to say about free flighters, don't you?
I have no idea what you said.
We used to say there are guys that really know how to trim an airplane.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Joey said, "Yeah." Is that what you guys heard?
What?
We just had a real weird screw up on John's audio. I mean, it sounded like a robot. Is that what you heard, Joe?
I did not.
Really?
I didn't.
I
didn't hear it. I was talking.
Well, those guys that build the outdoor rubber bands, those guys are remarkable.
The Wakefield.
The tricks they use to move the prop inside the hub and lift and turn wings and tilt and all that.
You know, that microfilm thing, we used to have the Nationals in Willow Grove, and they had the microfilm flying over at Lakehurst where the blimp hangars are. They're huge. You can fly stun in there. And years ago, they outlawed this practice, but they used to put a little tab in the front of the airplane and put acetone, like dope, thick dope on it, and it would get a little noseway so that the power wouldn't make them climb too fast, and then it would evaporate. Whatever they put on there would evaporate, and then the airplane would settle out and wouldn't climb. When the power band got lower, the thing would cruise, but they outlawed that.
I'll be darned. You know, it's amazing how little bit of difference it makes on those rascals.
Yeah, they weigh nothing.
Oh my goodness! You take a pencil line and mark on the stems, like where to push them down, where they're flying good, and you can move that up or down a half of a pencil line, and it'll make a difference on how they fly.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really amazing.
Now imagine what would happen if you put a bell crate on them and 30-foot of lines.
What's that?
Put a bell crate in it and 30-foot lines. Boy, there you go.
And those bloom hangers, you can fly 70 feet a line.
Oh yeah. That's a long way.
And have plenty of room left over.
That's a long way for that ultralight, or what do you call it, microfilm model going straight up. They don't fly very fast.
No, I don't think they fly 3 or 4 miles an hour. I'd like to really know. I don't know.
Not even
I don't think they make it that fast.
Yeah.
No.
4 miles an hour is walking speed, and they're not near that fast.
I think so too.
And if you go in there and you do anything except walk very slowly, you get thrown out.
Yeah.
If you're carrying one, you got to be careful how you carry it and how fast you walk.
Can you imagine transporting those things to the World Championships in Romania?
I've seen pictures where those guys, some of them built clear plexiglass looking things with they're stacked in there where they won't break, where maybe people can see what it is and won't throw it.
Yeah. They fly them down in those Romanian salt lines that are huge.
That's above my pay scale. Those guys are something.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I agree with that. Well, I tell you, there's some guys that can build those things though, and they're so fragile. They have them up flying and they just blow at them, and the plane reacts. You can actually see the plane move.
Blow at them.
Golly.
I had a really good flight going on, and the air conditioner came on the gym. That sucker ducked and turned and hit. And it wasn't even a microfiber. It's just a PA. It weighs 7.5 grams. It's heavy compared to one of those microfilms. They pay 1.5 probably, or 2.
You can come here and sit down and say hi. I'm going to put the video on, but I'm going to come in and.
Hi, Mike.
Oh shit! My mic was on, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It's on.
How are you, Mike?
I didn't have the video going yet. I got to go inside and put a pizza in the oven. But Sammy and I are here, and I'm going to go in. He can chat, keep you up to date on what's happening. I'll be right back.
Hi, Sammy.
You had a good year of flying combat, didn't you, Sam?
What was that?
You had a pretty good year of flying combat. I know it could have been better, but
I had fun. It was. I learned a lot.
Yeah.
There's more things for me to learn.
You're a good sport too. I watched your match, and you're a good sport with that guy. That I know it was a technical.
You win some, you lose some.
It was a technicality last time. I know that.
Yeah, streamer hook. When we hit, the streamer hook broke.
I was there when that happened. I'm watching. A shame.
Yeah.
You did good though, kid.
That's right.
Another year or two, you're going to really be dangerous. You just keep doing what you're doing.
He's dangerous now. Just don't get around him.
Well, I've already learned that. I watched him at Nats last year, and he's quite good.
Yeah, but dad flew combat that week too, and he in the events we both flew in. He made it farther than me.
Is that right? I did not realize that.
Yeah, and speed limit, he made it to the round of 8.
Wow. I'll be darned. I didn't know that.
Sammy, what's the most combat guys in the circle at one time? 3 or 4?
Oh, at Joe Nall, since it was supposed to be a rain out for Sunday, we were just going to do a double elimination contest on Saturday. And it ended up being pretty good on Sunday. So we just did a single elimination. And since that went by really quick in 2 rounds, the top 3 guys who were still in it, they just did a 3-up match.
Oh my word. That'd be a challenge.
It was 3-up for about 30 seconds, and then and it was just one airplane. It wasn't the like typical 2 planes per match,
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like 3 plane for 30 seconds, and then one of them went down, and it was just a regular match from there on out.
I'm amazed it lasted 30 seconds with 3-up.
Yeah.
There's a lot
That
of
would-
stuff going on.
Oh
that'd
yeah.
be difficult. That would be way difficult.
We just tried to fly. They tried to talk me into flying 5 up at West Virginia last weekend, and I declined. I flew 2 up with my SE5, but I fly 525 laps, and they fly considerably faster.
You got to
And I
stay
was-
low.
Yeah, I had to stay low, and the guy that I was flying with is about this tall. So I had to really get down. And he's
We
not-
had 5 bislobs up one time at Brodax at the same time.
Yeah. If I'd been flying a ringmaster or something else, one of the airplanes that's whatever, flies a little faster and I wasn't as worried about, I'd have tried to do the 5 up. But as much as I was getting past, Angstrom would have been no problem. He just hold it level and go over top of me.
Yeah.
That boy is tall. But Tim was back in it, and Tim's wife was in it, and she was even shorter. And I said, no, I can't duck that much. That's just, my plane just flies too much slower than y'all's. But I did fly 2 up. That made me nervous. 4 up would have been ridiculous. And I flew in the chair, and I don't know that I'll ever do that again. I could not find my center. It just every time you spin it around, you hold the airplane out this way and you go faster, pull it back here and you slow down, but you still had to use your foot to either slow you down some more or stop you. And then when I was trying to do a loop, I was trying to find downwind, and darn, when I stopped to realize, no, dumb, you're dead upwind. So I didn't do it. But that chair just made me nervous. Those guys can do it though. They do it and fly it well.
It'll take a little practice, I'm sure.
Yeah, Angstrom didn't care for it either. He said, I felt drunk. I said, yeah, I did too. Wait a minute. You're only 15. What do you know about feeling drunk? Yeah, that was something else.
Well, see you guys
We have a
later.
good time every year up there, though. It's always a good time.
All right, Stuart. Take care.
Yeah.
Good night.
Take care, Stuart.
Take care, Stuart.
See you,
I got a
Stuart.
book in about 8 minutes.
Caffeine's in the house.
Yay!
All right.
Hi guys, I just finished practice this morning, so I did some correction on my flying technique. Last time I was here, I was talking about my loop that is too tight, always too tight, and then it turned out to be it was my flying technique, not the airplane, because previously I often gave some up when the plane is up the top of the loop, so it's
Tightens it up.
it was making the loop tighter. So this time I tried to just the first input at the beginning and then keep it steady, and then it turns out bigger.
Good.
Good deal.
Well,
Good deal.
And I think when I start, I was lucky enough to have someone to record me and to see the look of it, and I think it was my perception of the size inside that's causing the trouble, because when I was inside, I was trying to that's should be the size, but from the outside it's very small, and then I tried this morning. It looked bigger from inside, but from the outside, it's I think it's the perfect size. So Yeah.
Well, that's a huge, huge improvement.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, I'm really happy going home today.
Now,
Good deal.
now,
Good deal.
now that you've got that's on the inside. Did you try any outside loops?
Yeah, it's the same, but
Same,
yeah,
same
still,
size loops.
yeah, it's not the same size, but I can make it bigger now. But I'm not sure if it's the trimming problem or just, yeah, it's my confidence of doing the outside loop. So
Well,
How far back on the wing is your balance point?
what's that?
How far back from the leading edge is your balance point?
It's according to the plan for this plane. I wasn't flying my P40 this time, but the Japanese ARF Sebek. So yeah, I just follow the instruction of the position for the
Because
CG. So
if the loops are tightening up on you without putting a lot of input in, it could be tail heavy.
yeah, it could be, but
Take a little
yeah.
clay, take a little bit of clay, put it on the nose, just a little bit, maybe half an ounce at the most, and see if it gets easier to steer.
Okay. Well, I don't have any steering problem at the moment. So yeah, I think it's more of flying problem.
Okay.
I think what he's doing is he's increasing his input as he
Yes.
went around the circle,
Yes.
and now he's
Yes.
holding the
Yes.
input the same, and just
Yes.
bringing your hand around.
Yep. Thank you, John, for for elaborating that.
But what Bob said is right. If
Uh-huh.
you know if you're doing what you're doing, holding it steady and it's tightening up on its own,
Yep.
it's likely tail heavy.
Take heavy. Yeah, I will take a
That's
look.
one thing, Kevin, you never want to stop doing. You never want to stop trying different trim things. The only time you stop trimming your airplane is when it crashes or falls apart from fuel soakage. That's what Bill Simon taught me. He said,
Yeah.
you always try and make it better all the time. And it's
Yep.
sometimes when you make a trim change, it won't make it better. But if you don't try things, you won't know what makes it better. You know.
You don't learn either.
Exactly right. Yeah. So yeah. So I tried to do the horizontal 8 with the same approach, and then it improved.
You did improve on that. That's
Yeah.
good.
Good deal.
Did
Are you flying
try-
the whole? Are you flying the whole pattern now?
No, not yet.
Well, do you know how to do squares?
I'm about to try it.
Okay, how about that? You know what the most important thing in a square loop? What's the most important part of a square loop? Everybody else here knows this.
What's the corner?
No, the corner is the least important part.
Going straight.
The flats.
Going up.
The flats. So placing the airplane from one flat to the next flat perfectly, smoothly. Don't worry about how tight the corner is at first. You can tighten those up as you get used to placing it from one flat to the next flat to the next flat. And fly the flats. That's what makes a square loop square.
Well,
Yeah.
don't forget the final word on that, Bob. I heard you use it the other day. Don't fly going down too long.
Yeah.
Corners will happen or you'll crash. Corners will automatically happen or you'll crash. But fly those flats. Concentrate on the straightness of the flats.
Yeah.
In
I
precision,
will try.
in precision aerobatics, my saying is the airplane either needs to be turning or going square flat, one
Yep.
direction or the other all the time.
Yep.
Either turning or flat.
Yeah.
Straight line.
And the other thing about learning squares, a lot of people think they have to yank the handle, jerk the handle. It's not that. It's a smooth input, and you have to trim your airplane to turn tighter as you get more used to flying. You'll be able to move the balance point slightly further aft, get a little more turnout, or increase your elevator throw and get more turn rate. But at first, don't worry about the corner radius. Worry more about placing one flat to the next flat, flying the flats nice and straight.
Yeah. Yeah, I will try. I will try in near future. I think, yeah. Well, I'm getting more comfortable with flying inverted, and now just today I flew inverted, you know, lower and lower. So
Oh, very
yeah,
good. Very good.
A lot of people, when they first start flying, they have a tendency to yank on the handle. That's one thing you don't want to do. Is you'll yank the airplane out of track, and
Out of
especially
track.
if you're doing like the top of an outside square and the square 8. You don't want to put any
Yeah.
pull on it because it'll pull it. It's tentative there sometimes, and you don't want to pull it out of that track. So place it. Follow it
Yeah.
with your arm. Trace the shape of the maneuver with your arm, and add the control in smoothly as you go.
yeah, yeah,
That's the best advice I can give you.
I agree.
yeah.
Let me interrupt
Me
here.
too,
Hey,
Nina.
Gary
Oh,
Sinclair, wake up. Gary Sinclair, are you there?
Hello, Gary.
Gary!
Wake up, Gary.
Call him on the phone.
Yip, yip, yip.
Yeah, I could do that. Well, I'm going to turn it over to him anyway. He'll know what to do afterwards.
Yeah, about 4 a.m.
Yeah, trying to make him the host. Well, let me sign off here. Hey, thank you for the super chat. And let me see. Ed Carlisle says like sent. Thank you very much, and we sure appreciate that super chat from Steve Berry. Like, subscribe, and share. And if you want to be part of the after party, you have to be a member on Stunt Hangar. So go over there and register. And I'll see you tomorrow. Fair winds, tight lines. See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, we are off YouTube.
If we don't wake up Gary, he can't go to the